Alright, gang. We got another goddamn explosion. That shit crazy. Out in Dallas. Dallas apartment explosion. Massive flames and smoke. Fuck, man. Y'all be careful, man. Let's get into it, though.
Right now, we have to bring you some extremely dramatic video coming into our newsroom from Dallas. As you can see there, flames are exploding out of this, what is told to us to be an apartment building in the southern part of Dallas. And so as we're watching here, this fire as exploding as several firefighters and first responders are now on the scene. This is courtesy of our partners there at Fox 4 as their chopper is in the air above the flames. You can see this is an active scene that firefighters are trying to put out. And so we're going to continue to follow this for some of these updates, but we are getting just very initial reports that there is a large apartment fire with some of these visuals on your screen in the Dallas, Texas area. And it potentially is in the southern part south of the downtown area near the zoo. And so we'll continue to keep you updated with the very latest when our partners are able to get in some information. And so we're actually going to go to our partner station right now, here on Live Now from Fox. They're at Fox 4 as they're covering this. Let's listen in.
Other boxes in context where it is, where you get your bearings of where this is in Dallas. If you're familiar with Bishop Arts, if you're familiar with the Dallas Zoo, not far from West Davis. And so a 3-alarm fire, we know at least one person injured, 100 firefighters responding so far.
Yes, so if you're just joining us right now, I mean, let's just kind of start from the top right now. Stephen, you were on air for what, about 10 minutes ago, we joined on air. We heard reports of a possible explosion, and this is in Oak Cliff, the exact address at East 9th Street and Patton Avenue. 100 firefighters were dispatched at the scene there, and they have worked quickly to try to put that fierce fire out. But as you are seeing here, live pictures, Sky 4 above the scene, it looked like some kind of vehicle was on fire. Right. The building has just been reduced to piles of rubble there. And just in terms of where it's located, it's not far from some other important buildings.
Yeah, and the good news is that school is out. So we know that that school, at the very least, doesn't have to be on lockdown, evacuation, or anything like that. An apartment complex being right next door.
Look at that goddamn. Look at that apartment.
That school
buildings.
Yeah, and
that
the
bitch
just in terms of where it's located, used to piles like some kind of vehicle. But as you are seeing here, live pictures, Sky 4 above the scene, it looked like some kind of vehicle was on fire. Right. The building has just been reduced to piles of rubble there. And just in terms of where it's located, it's not far from some other important buildings.
Yeah, and the good news is that school is out. So we know that that school, at the very least, doesn't have to be on lockdown, evacuation, or anything like that. But an apartment complex being right next door, you would imagine that, you know, there are emergency officials who may have had to evacuate people in that building, but you don't see a lot of people standing around other than first responders. 100 firefighters responding to this. The call came in around 12:47. It's 1:51 now, so about an hour since this call came in. 3-alarm fire on East 9th Street in Patton.
A scary situation, but it could have been a lot worse. I mean, you think about how strong those flames were and how
that's
quickly
the school right there on the right of your screen.
Yeah.
So you see how close it was, and I keep mentioning the fact that it did not spread somewhere is what's important.
The Dallas Zoo nearby, Adamson High School nearby. The silver lining here, obviously, as you mentioned, school's out. So hopefully that was not a busy time. Usually, I mean, 12 o'clock is probably lunchtime, you know, or when kids are on and about. So they are working hard to put it out, obviously. And the alarm is, I mean, at one point, the fire was so big that people could see it all the way from downtown Dallas.
For sure.
So it's getting a lot of attention.
I mean, when I heard East 9th, I had to get my bearings to see what part of downtown, what part of Dallas that was. Because, you know, imagine the proximity that it is to other buildings. Again, this is a residential area. You see a brand new apartment complex next door. This, we're told, is a multi-floor building. So finding out how many people were in that structure at the time of this, or were people able to get out in time? Right now on the record, we know one person injured, one person transported to the hospital, but of course that number can change. This is a fluid situation.
It is, and again, that one person who was taken to the hospital, we don't know, how severe
one
their
person?
injuries are, what they are seeking medical attention for. We just know that one person's at the hospital. Certainly scary, and I think we are supposed to get more reaction from people who heard the loud noise and we're probably wondering what is going on here with this explosion. A lot of details still that we have to have figured out, but
And Lori Brown is heading to the scene, so we have crews that are heading there right now. You're seeing the aerial view, and that's going to be the best view because depending on how close our ground crews can get, there's going to be a perimeter. Yes.
Yes.
We're working right now. We have a Zoom to one of our witnesses. If you
Okay. Yeah. What's the name?
Mike.
Mike, can you hear us? This is Stephen and Eden Checkle from Fox 4 News.
Hey guys, how we doing?
Mike, tell us what you heard and saw. You see this? We see the smoke behind you. Kind of walk us through what happened.
Yeah, it was almost exactly 1:15 p.m. I was chilling in my living room, and bam, loud explode. I mean, what I now know to be an explosion, but I thought a car ran into my house was my guess. My dogs went nuts. I started kind of checking just through the windows. I'm like, what the hell
Dogs
was
gonna go
that?
crazy.
Walked outside, and then some of my neighbors were already outside, kind of looking to the east from Bishop Arts District, and a massive plume of smoke, honestly. So I walked down a couple blocks, obviously not too close. And I was worried that it was at Adamson High School. There's a couple schools right over there that had me obviously concerned. I mean, concerned either way, but even from here, which is probably half mile away, I could see tons of smoke and then actual big flames coming out of what I think is the top of that building, unless it was the building behind it, which I think we're learning is an apartment building that was right next to it.
Mike, did you see people kind of running around? I mean, it was around lunchtime. Of course, school is out, but I mean, what did you see people? How did others react?
Yeah, fortunately, I guess, far enough from the panic zone, maybe. I mean, everybody in my neighborhood, which is Davis, right in the Bishop Arts area, I mean, kind of right here, kind of jumped out of their house and was certainly looking around, curious as to what was going on. And then there were people out here on Davis, obviously looking and taking some pictures and stuff. But I don't know. I mean, you guys are experts.
can't
It was
keep his
black
fucking
smoke, and now it
eyes
looks
off
like
of
white
it.
smoke. So
Right. It's a good
either
thing
we
that they're putting it out.
or
He's
they have
supposed to be
this thing
looking in
under
the
control.
camera right now.
That is terrifying.
He's
Mike, have you
supposed
had
to
a
be looking
chance
in
to
the
check in
camera
with your
talking to them.
neighbors? How are they doing right
He's
now?
looking at the damn smoke.
I just talked to a couple of them as we
I
just
feel him,
everybody
though.
was
That
fine.
shit
I mean,
crazy.
there's no issue obviously where I'm at, other than being a block away. Traffic obviously is insane. Tons of sirens. We got at least one or two helicopters going as well. So I mean, obviously they responded lightning fast, and yeah, I mean, it looks very different, the smoke does now, than it did even 10, 15 minutes ago. But super scary, man. It was loud. It was loud. And I would guess I'm at least a half mile away from it. And I thought it was on my property, whatever the hell happened, whatever hit.
Like you
So,
said, you thought
I
you
don't know.
He was
thought a
gonna be
vehicle
pissed
drove
off.
in. I mean, you don't typically hear loud explosions.
He
other
was
than
gonna
what
be
fireworks
pissed off
4th
that
of
shit was on
July.
his
I mean,
land,
describe
on his
again,
property.
You were thinking something went into your building.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was the building shook, honestly. I live in a fairly busy corner, so I thought for a second maybe a car, and then and I was thinking of in my house maybe something exploded in my house, my attic, air conditioning unit. I don't know. Obviously it's a very abnormal noise and concern. The dogs, like I said, freaked out. Not a normal thing, not a normal noise. So it was.
Bet you,
I was
goddamn
outside, and it was powerful where I am about half a mile away, so it must have been pretty
They
damn
heard
big
that
any
shit
closer.
coming. You know they heard it
Absolutely.
coming.
You said you're half a mile away. I mean, we're looking at live pictures right now from Sky 4, our chopper, and there's an apartment, a new building right next to this structure. So for you to hear it being half a mile
Climbing
away,
up
I
that
can
long
only
ladder,
imagine how
fuck no.
loud and intense it was for people who were
Fuck
directly
no.
right next
He
to it.
looking straight down. Fuck
Yeah,
no,
no,
you
it
can't
had to
be
be
looking
huge.
down,
Had to
boy.
be huge and terrifying. Obviously, I mean,
That's why he
I'm
going
happy
slow
it's
up
not a
that
school. I don't,
bitch.
is just my initial reaction, but there's a few new buildings over there. I don't know if it was one of the new apartment complexes or what exactly it was. Yeah, if you're anywhere
That's
close to
probably
it,
the
I
most
imagine
safest
windows
ladder
blown
though.
out and not a
You ain't
good
gonna do
scene
nothing
at
but
all.
slide down. Like like
and
at
the
an
good
angle,
news right
so you
now, I
good.
mean, you're out there on the ground. The good news is
You
right
might
now,
get
at least
goddamn,
just one person injured. Of course, that number can
might
change.
get a broken bone. That's
Big
about it.
flames, a lot of fire, but
That big ass
the good
ladder.
news, one, it looks like it has not spread. Two,
Okay.
contained to one building, but we don't know how many people were in that building.
And
Dude,
my,
to hear that even as of now that it's only
Well, it's a
one
football
injury,
field right
I am
there.
thrilled because I don't know the scene
It's
of
a
the whole
school
thing
right
and even the initial
beside it.
pictures and videos I saw. I assume it
Damn.
might be worse than that. So that's actually great to hear.
looks like I'm seeing a little bit of traffic just behind you. Are there any roads blocked off? Can you set the scene and kind of tell us what exactly is going on in that area?
I mean, obviously it's a road blocked out somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, this is Bishop Arts. Bishop and Davis is right in, behind the camera here, and that is Zhang and Davis. Pretty busy intersection. So I think the next street down from that, the police had it blocked off. So, I mean, it looks like they're directing people out of that area, but I haven't got a whole lot closer, so I can't be sure.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. We may come back to you or definitely send our Lori Brown to you. Thank you for providing that, firsthand account, saying you felt like how shook. I'm happy that you were safe, and we're hoping that that injury number doesn't go up.
So glad you're safe.
I would
Thank
have
you.
tried to walk as close as I could to that shit.
Cool. Thanks, guys. See ya.
Let's reset
On
the
the phone
scene,
with
Ian.
they,
So emergency officials saying just before 1, they got the call
If
of
I was on the phone with them,
explosion, a
or,
possible gas explosion, but some
whatever,
type of
talking to them,
explosion that resulted in a
I would
fire.
have tried
This
to get
is
as
near
close as I
a
could.
high school. Luckily, school is out, and it looks like that fire has been contained. That fire has been contained to at least that apartment complex.
Look at that shit.
Hawkeye is on Zoom.
Damn, that's a whole
Hawkeye.
block right
Okay.
there.
Hey,
Look,
can you
look,
explain your
look.
perspective? This is Stephen Dial and Eden Chuckle.
See what he
Explain
did.
what you
He
heard
got as
and
close
when
as he
did you
could.
get so close to where you are.
Look, they
Police
can tell his
behind
ass
you.
back up.
I'm gonna have to leave right now, but I'm fired.
Oh, me, I would have got as
one
close as
vacant
I
lot away
could
from
too.
the fire is still going on, actually. It looks like it was a small apartment
Look, he
complex. Talking to
ain't
people
got no
from
goddamn
around the
Wi-Fi.
area, they said they heard a huge explosion. The high school next door is Adamson High School, DISD. The
Damn, no,
students
that
are
shit
out, but the teachers
crazy.
were still there. They said they heard the explosion. It's right across the street. It's on 12th Street. The apartment complex looks like it's a 2-story
They
building
told
that's
his
on
ass, get the
fire.
fuck off the block.
And I can't really tell if there's it's like a house or another apartment complex to the left of it and one to the right of it. But it is not totally contained yet. There's still flames coming out.
And Hawkeye, kind of explain, we just finished talking to someone who's about a mile away from where you are.
Get all the
Clearly,
bricks on the
you're closer.
sidewalk.
Describe the feel. Someone said their house shook. Did you
Can't
get
even
that
see
same
the
feeling?
sidewalk. Not for real.
I just saw the smoke. You can see the smoke
Not
from
right
about
there.
2 miles away. And I just happened to, I was actually going somewhere and it just happened to be right down the so I didn't hear the explosion.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, there are a number of
That's the school
ambulances
right there,
here.
ain't it? That's the school
A ton
right
of them
there.
here. So I do not think this is going to have a good outcome.
That apartment complex where the explosion happened, are you familiar with that apartment complex, or do you know the name of it by chance?
You know he live out there. No?
I do not, but it's on 12th Street, and it's right across the street from Adamson High School. And like I said, I'm not the one that I saw the witness just a few moments ago, and I sent some video also. Flames are still there. It's not totally contained, I don't know if that was if that's where the fire started or started next door and spurred. I'm not really sure, but the one that I saw that the flames are still at, it's like a 2-story apartment complex. Right next door to it's like a 4-story, like brand new apartment complex, and that's been singed. But the one that's really totally destroyed at this point is the 2-story one on 12th Street.
Yeah, Hawkeye, we got your video. We're actually going to cue it back up again. Where we got the video at the time, heavy black
he took
smoke
that video?
and flames billowing. Luckily, we have our helicopter over Sky 4 above. Now you're seeing that white smoke. A lot of it has been put out, or at the very least contained. A lot of white smoke. Luckily, we have our helicopter over Sky 4 above.
Fire
now
started
you're
at
seeing that
this
white smoke. A
apartment
lot of it has
complex in
been
Oak Cliff,
put out, or at
Dallas.
the very least contained. A lot of debris, like you mentioned. DFR saying that this is a 3-alarm fire. That was the latest update. Getting the call just before 1 o'clock of some type of explosion. 100 firefighters responding.
Yeah, a large response, and I know, Hawkeye, you're saying the fire isn't completely contained, or it's not completely out yet, but, you know,
They got the
the
whole
100 firefighters that
goddamn
are on the scene, they're
that
certainly
side
making
of the
progress.
block
I mean, what a
blocked
difference
off
even
with the
from
fire
the footage that
trucks.
you shot when the fire initially broke out, and now, I mean, we are seeing smoke billowing into the sky, but the flames are not as intense. So I think people can maybe
Ambulances.
find some comfort in just knowing that crews are making
Damn.
progress in keeping that fire contained and in putting it out. We're still seeing some flames, just not as intense as it was, you know, maybe 20 minutes ago.
Get that shit right
Indeed,
there.
indeed. They're asking us to leave here, so I'm going to have to
There's
move this
hella
location
beds,
here. We're
couches
really only about
everywhere.
really like one vacant lot away from the fire, but yeah, they definitely have made a lot of progress, and really just white smoke is billowing out now, but definitely different than it was even like 20 minutes ago.
Toilets.
Hawkeye, we'll let you get to a secure location and not in
Bathroom
trouble with law
sinks.
enforcement. Thank you so much for
Damn.
checking in with us to provide a unique on-the-ground context to this explosion that happened. So we'll let you get to a safe location.
Hawkeye in the morning, 96.3, talking to us again.
See,
Thank you
you
for
got
your
close to
time. We
that
really
motherfucker
appreciate
though.
it, and we're so glad that you're safe.
He
Thank
tried to
you.
get close.
So
I know
as you can
Charlie
see,
did get close.
majority white smoke, multiple crews
He
now
tried to get as
on some
close
of
as he
that
can.
debris
That's what he
as
tried.
they work their way in
That
to
shit crazy.
kind
Look at
of
that shit.
put the flames out, number one, and then make sure that they
That
are
shit ain't
making
hot.
sure that no one is under any of that rubble.
Y'all out there picking the shit up, moving like it's hot. I mean, like it's warm, cold and shit.
All right, so if you are just joining us
That
right
shit
now,
hot.
we are taking live pictures that you're seeing right there. Multiple crews, firefighters on the scene right now in Oak Cliff. This is after an explosion at a Dallas apartment complex where nearly 100 firefighters were called to the scene to try and put really fierce, intense flames out. They were called just before 1 o'clock this afternoon.
Yeah, Dallas Fire Rescue saying that 911 call came in around 12:47. This is a structure fire. They call it a 3-alarm fire on East 9th and Patton. This is near a high school, a Dallas ISD high school. Hawkeye in the morning told us from the ground that while the students are out, he said that teachers were in the building. Apartment structure completely engulfed in flames and now flattened. A brand new apartment structure next door looks like it hasn't really been damaged. What was unclear is how many people were in the building that was on fire. Right now, we're only hearing at least one person injured, but DFR saying that number could change, Eden.
And we spoke to another person who was nearby. I think he said he was about half a mile away from this structure. His name is Mike, and he told us that it almost sounded like a car had rammed into his home. That's how loud the explosion was. Again, keep in mind, he's half a mile away from where this all happened, but that's how intense it was. I can only imagine, what it was like for people who were right nearby. Again, this is near Adamson High School. This is also not far from the Dallas Zoo. I mean, at one point, people could still see the flames shoot up and smoke billowing from downtown Dallas. So far, we've heard of one person, several injuries, but we've confirmed that one person has been sent to the hospital. We do not know how severe that person's injuries are, but we have seen the crews who are on the scene make significant progress. Obviously, a mountain of debris there. They have been working to put the fire out. Artesia Muzinga is at the scene right now. Artesia, just walk us through, set the scene. What are you seeing? What did you hear?
Hey, yeah, so I live on 9th Street, not too far from the area, so I can see the smoke from my house. I live in a new apartment building in the Bishop Arts area, but I would say I was just honestly, I just got done with the yoga class. Funny enough, Alex Boyer, Fox Sports, Alex Boyer was in that same class too, but got home, honestly had lunch, was just chilling in my neighborhood.
Is that a college or is it a high school
and
facade?
all of a sudden, you just feel
might be
our
a
whole
college.
building shake in a way where I immediately thought I thought it was an earthquake. My neighbor and I actually both ran out of our apartment at the same time, freaking out, obviously, because it was so strong. I mean, and we both have pets, so small pets that don't handle big sound and booms well. So it was a few of us in the apartment complex. Again, this is on 9th Street, so not far from the Bishop Arts Avenue. And so we were were all figuring out what's happening. We were asking questions. I mean, our leasing department, we had no idea. And then all of a sudden, you know, we go outside because we thought someone hit the building, our building, but you go outside and you immediately see the smoke. Some of my friends live or work at Bishop Arts Avenue and texted me asking me, because obviously I wasn't before, but they're asking me if I knew anything about the explosion because they heard it and they saw it. And that's when I started texting the producers like, hey, what's going on? Do you know what's happening? And then that's when everyone started, you know, around to start saying, oh, there was an explosion not far, honestly, probably about a couple blocks from my house. But that's how my afternoon went so far. So none of us here are hurt or anything, but we definitely felt it. And we're already going through a lot in our apartment complex with all the rain that we got and flooding. So we thought, honestly, that it was something hit us. And once we saw Sky 4 helicopters and all the police and ambulance and fire rescue there, that's when everything kind of synced in.
Dacia, I know I'm happy that you're okay. It's a newer apartment complex right next to this one that was completely destroyed by the flames. We talked before, a couple of minutes before you just came on, to a viewer named Mike, and he said he felt his house shake, thinking someone drove into their house. You said you kind of felt the same thing. You felt a shake thinking it was an earthquake.
Yeah. So honestly, I mean, this is the time where I kind of rest and get ready for work for a good day. In fact, I have to get up at midnight. But so yeah, I was just kind of resting and chilling on my couch, and all of a sudden, my whole apartment just shook so hard, and it was a loud boom too. And initially I thought that someone, you know, because we are in the Bishop Arts area, and so I thought either
right
that was
there,
an
you
earthquake
can't
or
even see the
someone just
fucking
rammed their car
sidewalk.
on our building.
That shit is
And I
crazy.
live in the corner, so I really felt that impact, or whatever, you know, obviously the impact of the explosion. So we all, I mean, my neighbors, we all came out thinking the same. We thought this was another drunk driver incident, because again, it's Bishop Arts, you know. I mean, it's not Deep Ellum, but you know, things happen in Bishop Arts, and you never know. But no, and then we realized it was a gas explosion.
She got that big ass
Because again,
cowboy
it's
hat
Bishop
on.
Arts, you know. I mean, it's not Deep Ellum, but you know, things happen in Bishop Arts, and you never know.
She got that fat ass cowboy hat
Then we
on.
realized it was a gas explosion. And again, I just moved into this area about 8 months ago, so I've heard of wild things happening in this area, but I've never experienced anything like that. And I thought it was an earthquake too, because I've felt an earthquake before, a small tremor on vacation once, but that's what it felt like, either that or someone rammed their car into your building. And so that's kind of the process, what we all thought when we felt the impact of that explosion.
Well, Ticia, once a reporter, you're always a reporter, even when you're off. So we appreciate your account, your witness account of what's going on, to set the scene for everyone. If you may be just joining us, DFR, Dallas Fire and Rescue, getting this call around 12:47. They're getting a call of an explosion. They responded to a fire, 3-alarm fire. We know at least 100 firefighters are on the scene, at least one person injured. In the box on the bottom, the bigger box, you see Sky 4 high above the scene.
Look at all
It's an
that goddamn
apartment
wood
complex
and shit out
next
there,
to a
bro.
brand
Look
new
at all that
apartment
debris.
building, and those firefighters are now moving in. They were on the perimeter, but now they're moving in and sifting through the rubble, which makes me think, are they sifting through looking for hot spots and looking to make sure no one's under there, or what? But the white smoke is a good sign. That means that the flames are being put out.
We just hope, I mean, there's a possibility, obviously, that more people could be injured when something like this happens, and we're hoping, obviously, that no one is dead. But so far, again, just one person has been taken to the hospital. Crews have been working fast to put out the flames. Again, I'm amazed at how, I mean, the fire was so intense when all this started that they have really made progress.
Hopefully not.
Again,
You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it was just that one person.
You're getting that update from Fox 4 in Dallas, thanks to our partners who are all over this story. As you can see, the massive response there in Dallas at this time at an apartment complex where there's a report of an explosion that turned into a fire. In fact, when we first were looking at some of those images, you could see the flames just erupting there from that site. And so it's good to see some of that white smoke, which is indicating that that fire is starting to go out. We'll continue to check in there with our partners at Fox 4 in just a minute. We do have to slide away for our first 2-minute commercial break of the hour. Stay right here with us on Live.
That shit is crazy, man.